Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, Boxing Boxing. Nah, man, crazy news, man. You guys see the title, baby. You guys see the title. I work this earth like a god. Charles Martin and Andy Ruiz, the guy needs no nicknames, are going to be fighting for the title eliminator. At least the IBF final title eliminator. Now, they're talking about it on The Sun. They're talking about it in multiple websites. And this is wild stuff, man. This is wild stuff, right? World Boxing News is talking about it. A lot of reports have been saying that they're going to be fighting for this IBF strap, at least next in line for the IBF strap, right? So this is a pretty big deal. Charles Martin has been looking good his last couple of performances. His biggest win against Gerald Washington was a big fight for him, and he dominated the fight. It was a close fight. People talk about how boring it was, but it's typical when you see a southpaw versus orthodox fighter to basically be a battle of the lead hands, right? Charles Martin's left-handed, so he was trying to land a straight left. Gerald Washington's right-handed. He's trying to land a straight right. So that was actually, people were talking about how boring that fight was, but that was actually a pretty entertaining fight if you actually know anything about boxing. So I thought, Charles Martin looked phenomenal in that fight. Big win for him. He stopped Gerald Washington. Big deal. Andy Ruiz, man, he's been getting back in shape, man. He's been talking about how he basically fired his old trainers. He didn't look good in his last Anthony Joshua fight, but understand that there was never a time in the Anthony Joshua fight where he was hurt or anything. So while he lost the fight on the scorecards, it was more of a weight problem than anything else. No one was talking about how Andy Ruiz didn't have the tools to beat Anthony Joshua because he already beat him. It was more the fitness and the readiness of Andy Ruiz that really set him back in his comeback performance with Anthony Joshua when he tried to beat him once again. Now, this is going to be a really big deal, man. I really want to see these two fight Anthony Joshua again, either one. Me personally, I would probably more like to see Charles Martin fight him again. I think the first fight, Charles Martin, when he first lost to Anthony Joshua, the stoppage is extremely premature. The guy was undefeated world champion at the time, only got dropped. He got dropped like twice or whatever, but he was perfectly fine. He took his time getting up. He didn't hop to it really quickly and was shaking on his legs, like a lot of fighters really do a lot. He took his time like you're supposed to do. You're a champ. You can take your time and take the 8 standing count like he was supposed to do. Because people got to understand that ever since the Charles Martin fight with Anthony Joshua, man, Charles Martin fight with Anthony Joshua, Charles Martin's been on the tear, man. He's been on the tear. He hasn't took an L since. Actually, he took an L to Adam Konowski, but, he hasn't been stopped since. The guy has had competitive fights, and in my opinion, he deserves his title shot. A lot of people get back-to-back title shots without really doing much, like a Dominic Brazil. Charles Martin has been basically knocking everyone out. If he didn't lose, he knocked you out basically. The only fight he lost was Adam Konowski, and that was a decision. But everyone else he fought after Anthony Joshua, he was knocking them out, man. So that shows you the level that he actually belongs at this level as a contender in the heavyweight division because he's stopping fighters. So, man, we're going to see how this whole thing unfolds with Andy Ruiz and Charles Martin, man. The trash talk between these two will be really great, and this will really show the heart of Charles Martin. Now, if you actually watch the Adam Konowski fight versus Charles Martin fight, that was a competitive fight, man. And I still seen Charles Martin, he came in that fight sort of soft, man. And he still looked great in that fight. I always believe that, sometimes these fighters get real, stingy with their money and they don't want to hire the best trainers. Charles Martin needs a better trainer. A lot of these top heavyweight fighters need better trainers, man. But these people get so much money, they're like, yeah, we're just going to get this regular dude to train me, which is not the case, man. Not only do you need a good boxing trainer, but you need a good athletic trainer too. Ask Andy Ruiz. The talent's there for a lot of these heavyweight fighters. It's just are they in good shape, right? That's why Adam Konowski lost his last fight because Robert Helenius came in shape for the first time in his fucking career, and he actually won a fight. A lot of these heavyweight fighters, sometimes they think they're just because they're heavyweight, they can eat and do whatever they want, when that's just not the case, right? But like I said, man, Charles Martin, he's been stopping all his opponents. It's been by all knockout, and this guy, his record is mostly knockouts, man. It's 28 wins and 25 knockouts. So I think he's a phenomenal fighter, man. I think he slept on. You know, it's just that one AJ loss really derailed his career to the point where I think it's sort of unfair. You know, I think he needs a second chance. You know, I'm shocked he hasn't had a title shot by now with the WBO or another organization. You know, so we're gonna see how this whole thing unfolds, man. Like I said, I fancy Charles Martin to win this fight just because he's been on the up and up right now. He hasn't really had looked bad. If anything, he can only look better. Andy Ruiz, you know, he's having a whole new camp. He's having a whole new, you know, coach and everything. He needs to get in shape. You know, we're gonna see how this whole thing unfolds, though. I mean, it can go either way because Charles Martin did have a problem with a guy who throws a lot of punches in Adam Konowski. So maybe Andy Ruiz might be the same thing, but a faster-headed fighter in Andy Ruiz. We'll see how this whole thing falls out, though, man. But this is a big deal, man. PBC is coming back. They're trying to take that title from AJ again. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man, because Anthony Joshua's biggest fights are PBC fighters. A lot of people talk trash about it, about Heyman and everything, but like, you know, the biggest fights are not under, you know, one umbrella. Like Eddie Hearn isn't making Eddie Hearn fighters fight each other to make the biggest fights that can be made. That's just not a thing right now. They don't really have anyone to make big fights. The only one Anthony Joshua fight that's under his promotion is maybe like a Dillian White, and that's about it. You know, and that won't do bigger numbers than our Andy Ruiz rematch shit. I mean, Andy Ruiz, his last fight with Anthony Joshua, it fucking broke records in the UK. That just shows you that a D level or B level, you know, a fighter in PBC can get you record breaking numbers. You know, a lot of people like talking trash about it, but you gotta look about the fighters. It's all about the fighters, man. Don't worry about the organizations. How many fighters does PBC have? A plethora of fighters. It's insane how many fighters Iron Heyman has, and they're getting paid too. So man, keep watch for this Charles Martin fight, because this can be career. This can be a make or break it for them. You know, this can either give them a title shot now, or they can be waiting years for a title shot if they lose this fight again. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though, man. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geobus Empire. Peace.